Hello everybody. Today I'll be discussing about the lab program 4, that is on palindrome program. So the question is like this: develop a program to find the reverse of a positive integer number and check for palindrome or not. Display appropriate message. Okay. So first of all, tell me what is a palindrome. So palindrome, in case of string, if you take example, we can say madam, MADAM. If you read it from left hand side or from the right hand side, it is always the same. So some more example like DAD, dad, or Malayalam. Such types of things are called as palindrome. Now in this case, the program, we have to do it for integers. So what would be the palindrome number? So example 1221. It's a palindrome number. Okay. Or 4224. It's a palindrome number. Which is not a palindrome number? The number like this 3456. Okay, it is not a palindrome number, or 1234 is not a palindrome number. So we are first supposed to check for whether the number what we entered is positive integer number. Then after checking it, we have to check whether we have to find whether it is palindrome or not. So one idea is, we came to know that if you read from right hand side, if it is same, then we can say it as palindrome. Now comes the concept of reversing that particular number. If you reverse it and try to match the original number, if it is same, then we can say it is a palindrome number. Now, how to reverse that particular number? So how can we do it? Just think, some 4-digit number you have, and we have to get the reverse of that number. So what is the thing we can do? So we can just think, example 1, 2, 3, 4 is a one complete number. Okay. So in this, the last digit we want, that is the 10th place we want, that is 4, in order to reverse it. The reverse will be 4, 3, 2, 1. So in order to do that, first we have to write down 4, then we have to get 3, then we have to get 2, then we have to get 1. So now to get my last digit 4, that is 10th place, right? So what we can do is just divide that number by 10. Okay. When we divide it, we can see here, when 1, 2, 3, 4 is divided by 10, that is remaining remainder we are getting it as 4. So you know that when I was teaching you about the arithmetic operators, whenever we use modular symbol, we are going to get the remainder, right? And then so we can get it 4. So next, how to get 3? So in order to get 3, the next number should be 123. So how to get 123? See here we can see when 1234 number was divided by 10, divide symbol, whenever you use divide symbol, we'll get 123, right? So we can make use of divide. The quotient will give you the next number. So where we are taken 123, that is the next number, divided by 10, and we'll get 3. That is the next number. Now comes the point. Now, how to track of this reverse number? That is, how to store this? 4 is there, next 3 will come, and the remainder 4 will be erased. So, how to keep track of it? So, what can be done? That is, now it should become 43, right? Only 4 was there, it should become 43. How to make it as 43? So, what we have to do? We can just take one more variable as a reverse. Okay, just to make it as first initialize it to 0. Okay, because first time when we just want 4. Okay, so reverse into 10 plus remainder will write. So first time when we initialize it to 0, 0 plus remainder is 4. 4 will be there in reverse. And the next step, what happens? here 3 is there, right? So reverse is stored as 4. So 4 into 10, 40 will become, plus remainder is now 3. So 40 plus 3, 43. This is how we can frame the instruction. Okay, and keep track of the reverse. So I'm writing the tracing here, how to do that, or how to write the code. Okay. So as I've said, the remainder we can get by using the modulus symbol. Number modulus 10, whenever we do, we'll get the remainder. So we can write the instruction like this. Okay. So we have taken the number here as 1, 2, 3, 4, and modulus 10 we are performing. Okay. So the remainder is 4. So remainder will contain 4. Next in reverse, we are going to store that number. So reverse, you know how to calculate the reverse. Reverse is equal to reverse into 10 plus the remainder. At the starting point, reverse is initialized to 0. Okay, because we don't have previous reverse, so it is initialized to 0 into 10, it is 0 plus 4. Remainder is 4 here in this case, right? So 4. Next we have to prepare for the number, for the next number, right? So number divided by 10. So we are storing it as in number. So 1, 2, 3, 4 divided by 10 will give you 1, 2, 3. Okay. So the next step. Now the number modulus 10. What is the number now? 123. Modulus 10, whenever we do, we are getting the remainder as 3, and that will be stored in remainder, REM. Then we have REV, that is the reverse. We are going to compute the reverse. Reverse into 10 plus the remainder. So this, previously what is the reverse we got here? 4. So 4 into 10 plus remainder here is what? 3. So 40 plus 3, that is 43. And the number is what? Number divided by 10. So that is nothing but 123 divided by 10. So that is 12. Now the third step, remainder is equal to number modulus 10. So number now is 12. 12 modulus 10 you are going to do, and remainder is 2. And REV, how you are going to calculate? REV into 10 plus the remainder. What is REV now? REV were calculated in the previous step is 43. So 43 into 10 plus, what is the remainder now? 2. Okay, so 430 plus 2, it is 432. Next number we are going to get by number divided by 10, that is 12 divided by 10, it is 1. Okay, what is the next step? Remainder is equal to number modulus 10. So number is 1 now, modulus 10. Whenever we do 1 modulus 10, we are going to get it as 1 only as remainder. It is not possible to divide, right? So that is. Then REV we are going to calculate. So previous REV is 432 into 10 we are going to do, plus remainder here is 1. So we will going to get 4321. And the number is what? Number divided by 10. Here it will become as 0. So now we don't have the next step to do because the number became 0, right? So we can write one condition until it is not equal to 0. So you can see here, these are the 3 steps which we are repeating many times, right? These are 3 steps in order to reach the reverse number. So we can put it into a loop. So various loops you have seen, for loop, while loop, do while loop. So you can make use of any one of the looping statements and put these 3 statements and repeat these statements. So what should be the condition there? How to reach a condition? So here we are reaching the end point whenever the number is not equal to 0. Okay. Now let us see how to write the program. So the first line, that is the preprocessor directory we have used, and the main function, right? Inside main we have declared num, rem reminder, rev we have initialized it to 0, and one more variable we have declared n. Okay, so printf enter the value. So what should be the input? Just a integer number. So here it is best to enter at least 4 to 5 digits. Um, so in the question they said that you test for a positive integer number, right? So we can reverse only for a positive number. So here for that we can write the condition as if the number is greater than 0. Already you have seen while explaining if else, we have seen how to know whether a number is positive or not. So what should be the condition? The number num is greater than 0. Then what we are going to do is one more initialization we are done. Num, we are going to store it in one more variable called as n. Why we are doing this is because num, the original number, will get lost here. That is, num will get changed to 0 as I showed you in the tracing, right? So we not have that original number to compare and decide whether it is palindrome or not. So it is better to store it in a one more variable. So we have stored that original number in n. And here we have used the while loop. So these three statements are put inside the while loop. So it is three statements are going to repeat until the number is not equal to 0. Once it is equal to 0, the condition fails and it will come out of the while loop and it is going to print the reverse number. So in our example we are taken it as 1, 2, 3, 4. So the reverse will be 4, 3, 2, 1 will be printed. Now reverse is calculated. Now how to check whether it is palindrome or not? So for that we can make use of if else, right? So if we have to compare, where have we stored the original number? In the variable n. So we have to compare it with reverse. So the comparison operator we are going to use here, double equals to. Okay. So in case n is equal to reverse, then we can print percentage d is a palindrome number. That is n, right? So now in case it is n is not equal to reverse, then it will come to else part and it is going to print that whatever the number is not a palindrome. Okay, parameter is n. So here in our example we have taken 1, 2, 3, 4 as a number. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is n and reverse number is what? 4, 3, 2, 1. So this condition fails, it will come to else part and it will print the result as 4, 3, 2, 1 is not a palindrome. Okay, so the output is reverse number will be printed and 4321 is not a palindrome, it will be printed. Okay, so one more thing, in case if the number is not positive number, it is negative number, then it is going to come to the else part and it is going to print it as invalid input. Okay, and we have closed the else part and we have closed the main function. Okay, thank you.